welcome to my channel. My name's Dawn, I'm the Reclusive Crafter, and today is Waste Not Wednesday. So although it is Waste Not Wednesday, I'm really just going to be cracking on with the romantic journal today. I am going to be using up some waste bits, and I'm just going to really craft along, and hopefully you'll craft along with me and we can get a few little bits and pieces done. So what I'd like to do, I'd like to use some of these little bits that I made, I think it was Monday I made them, and also, as I say, just use up some little bits and pieces that I've got that I want to make use of. Now this one that I made, I think fits lovely on this page, the way it sort of goes up here and this design curves around the corner here. So I'm going to pop that on there. I'd like to say hi to everybody. I'm not sure if I said that at the beginning actually, but welcome to the channel. It's always good to have you all here, and all I'm doing with this is I am making this into a little pocket, which is going to house a little journal card, which I'm also going to make out of my scraps, of course. So I'm going to pop that on there. Like that. Just wipe off my excess glue. There we go. Does that, didn't really pin that down very well, did I? Let me pin that down a little bit better. There we go. So now what we've got there is a little tuck spot, and tuck spot, pocket, call it whatever you like. We can pop something in it anyhow, ups. And what I thought I would do, I'm going to make a little journal card out of this. So I'm just going to move this to one side for a moment whilst I sort this little gem out. So I'm going to cut it just where the offcut is, hopefully make it as square as possible. I want to try and leave as much on as I possibly can. So that's just those little bits there that I've cut off, which gives me that. And you know what? I'm doing my age-old trick of looking at that and thinking it looks squiffy. I swear there is something wrong with my eyes. No, it's absolutely perfect. There's nothing squiffy about that, is there? Curious, huh? You wouldn't think I see an optician's every 6 months, would you? Right. And now I'm going to actually I'm going to wait before I corner the edge, because I want to pop some dyed paper on the back there. I'm just going to find myself something out of my little drawer. Please feel free to talk amongst yourselves for a moment while I do that. I don't think that's nowhere near big enough, is it? No, that would have been nice actually. Avocado dyed paper would have been just smashing. Have I got a piece big enough without having to cut into something? Don't think I have. Oh yes, I have. That will do nicely. Okay. So I'm just going to back it with this. This was an offcut from the Asian Splendor journal that I did. So if you haven't seen that, people, pop along. That was lovely actually. It was, I think I made that one into a diary if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the one I made into a diary. Yeah, and this was just an offcut from it. So I am using my waste up. Yay me. All right, let's grab me glooby stick. Let's pop this on here. I must make sure I pop it on the right side of the paper, because I do have a habit of sticking things on the wrong side, because I am a donut sometimes. Right then. And I'm just going to check. Yes, we are recording. I'm getting a bit paranoid about that. A little bit paranoid. Okay, I want to stick this here. And then I will trim it off. making sure I've got no air bubbles in it. Lovely, jubbly, jubbly, lovely. Oh, that's a bit gloopy there, isn't it? Let's have that out of the way. Okay. Let's trim this down. It's already curling, which is always a joy, isn't it? Having to put things under 10 piles of books so that they don't. I think I'll cut that off that way first, because that will give me a bit bigger piece of that to play with, won't it? For something else, of course. There we go. That's that one. And that is that one. And pop those back in my dyed paper drawer for scraps. And then I'm going to get my big old scissors. Try and see what I'm doing here. I've got my glasses on. I'm just going to trim this there. That looks okay. Trim that bit there. Get rid of that hair. I don't want that. I don't know where that's come from. Or maybe it wasn't a hair. Maybe it was just a thin piece of paper. There we go. Okay. Oop. And trim that down there. Okay, and there we have it. Lovely, jubbly. Okay, so now I am going to trim my corners. I don't want a massive round, but I do want a round. For those of you that know me, you know I like me round corners. There we go. Marvellous. A little bit of ink. I think the ink's getting a bit low. Never mind. And then I'm just going to run around the back as well. Oh, you can just see the pattern of that. I don't know if you guys can see that. You just see the pattern of that paper I've put on there just coming through there. Hopefully when that dries you won't be able to see it. Mind you, it doesn't look too bad. You can't actually see the whole design. It's just like a faint image. Once it dries, hopefully it'll be okay. But hey, too late now. It's on. We don't mind. There we go. Okay. So that's my little journaling card. So now I need to decide how I want to decorate it, because although it is beautiful, it's kind of flat. So I want to just lift it into the next kind of level. I was thinking perhaps I've got this dear little paper clip here, which I made Monday, I think it was. I thought I could put that on there, which looks pretty, doesn't it? And then I thought, because I do that sometimes, what have I got here? What have I got here? Laces. What we got in the way of laces? Do I want... That doesn't show up there, does it? Not really. Although it would give it a kind of a... No, I think that's a waste of lace. I don't think that shows up well enough to warrant going there. But me no buts. I have got some of this. Maybe I could pop a little bit of that on. And then finish it off with that, maybe. What do you think? How does that look, Dorno? I think that looks jolly spiffing is what I think. So we're going to do it. Gonna do it. There we go. I'm going to pop that there. Unt. I'm going to chop that about there, I reckon. But then, if I can do this without ruining it, because I do, you know, frequently, if I fold that like that, and cut that up that way, that should give me a little ribbon banner. That looks cute, doesn't it? Like that. Okay, that's what we're doing with that one, kiddos. Now then, do I want those or do I want some of those on there? Decisions. I think I'm going to go with the other ones. Right then, so where's my glue? Just using my 3-in-1 here, which for those of you that don't know is Collal. I can never say that properly, I don't think, but it's effectively the same as Fabri-Tac. Just so you're aware, if you've not been here before and you're new to journaling. Okay, I do want to make sure this sticks down fully, because it's only acting as decoration, not as anything. Necessary. There we go. That's pretty, isn't it? I like that. Like that a lot. Yes, I do. Oh, actually, now then. Oh, do I want to put them all the way down, or do I just want to put a few? Oh, difficult to know, isn't it? I did have, yes, I have. There we go. I did have some of these already cut off. I'm just wondering, do I want... You see, I'm thinking that just those few up there look a bit odd. I'm just wondering if perhaps a strip just down the centre would actually look quite nice. Oh, golly gee. I'm going to go with a strip down the centre. I'm going to make a decision. Shocked and stunned as we are. Okay. If I just cut it off first of all, and then I can have a look at it, can't I? And if I hate it, then I don't have to put it on, do I? And it's not like they're going to go to waste once they're cut off, is it? Okay. Let's have a look-see. Do I or don't I? Let me try and get that on there. Oh, I like it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay. So, I'm actually recording this so far in advance that I have no idea what the weather's going to be like on the day this is going to be released. I've no idea what I've been up to. Yeah, it's all a bit of a wait and see, really. But I hope you are all doing really well. By the time you do see this video, Easter will have been and gone. So I hope you had a lovely weekend. Like I say, I've absolutely no idea if we did anything or if we're doing anything or whatever. I do know I have nothing planned, which suits me fine and delicious. I'm a bit of a, well, hopefully you've realised by the name of my channel, The Reclusive Crafter, I am genuinely a little bit of a recluse, actually. I don't go out unless I really have to. I don't socialise at all. Yeah, but do you know what? I'm actually happier like that. So, oh, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? Look at that. I love that. Just, isn't it amazing what a little bit of ribbon, a few little bits of bling can just lift something up just to the next level. That's gorgeous. Love it. Right then, so that is now just going to slip into, oh, please don't tell me you don't fit. Oh, it's a little bit of a squidge, but do you know what? We can do it. There we go. Tra-la! That's gorgeous, isn't it? I love that. And the little bits of bling will bring it all together, which is lovely. That's really nice. Happy with that one. Okay, so we have that page complete, people. That's lovely, isn't it? Now, these 2 pages, I don't honestly think I'm going to be doing anything with these 2. I love them as they are. I think they are beautiful. So we're going to keep those as they are. Now, this one, a little bit of a surprise going on here because I have already added a little something on here. And what I need is a little old tag, really. So I'm just having a look to see what tag I want, and then I'll show you what I've done. That's a possibility. I do want one. I think I want one of the bigger ones in there. Yes, I do. What have I got over there? Let's have a look. See here. No, I don't want any of those ones. So I think I'm going to go with this one. Although, do I want to? Oh dear. You see how difficult decisions are for me. Don't want that one. Don't. Oh, they're both the same. Don't want that one. Don't want that one. These ones are too small. Let's have a look, see if there's one on there that I might have used if it was bigger. Because I can always print some off, I guess. Not that I particularly want to, because I've printed loads off already. And I need to use them. So I'm going to go with this one, I think. I do like it. I do think it goes nicely. And I'm going to pop a little doofah in it. Doofah being the technical term for eyelet. I'm going to pop that in there, like so. So I don't know if I've mentioned these before. This is a crocodile, perfect for putting eyelets in. And if you're thinking of getting one, this is the handheld version. And there's also the big boy one, which is massive, which is ideal if you're doing bigger projects. Let me show it to you. So there is also this big boy, which is beautiful for doing larger projects with, and I love it, and I've used it frequently. But I have to be honest, I bought that one first and then regretted not getting one of these instead, because you probably use the handheld one far more than you would use the other one. So if you are thinking of getting one and it's the first one you've had, although it's always nice to go big and bold, maybe the handheld one would be better as a first option if you're thinking about it, of course. You don't need them. You can get away without them. Oh, I didn't centralise that very well, did I? Never mind. We don't mind. That one goes that way around. I have to remember which way around to put these things. Squish it together. Tra-la. Okay, so that's that one done. Right. Now then, there is a little white strip across the bottom there. I'm just going to see what it looks like inked, because if it doesn't look... Oh, I didn't do my corners. Must do my corners. Just take the square off my corner. Right, that looks... I think that looks okay, doesn't it? Yeah, my ink pad is getting a little low on energy, I do believe. Do you know what? I'm going to be really naughty. This is a really cheap ink pad. Don't panic about this. I'm just going to pop a little bit of water in it just to see if I can regenerate it enough just to get this journal done. There we go. It's a little bit, oh dear, on the faint side, but it's enough just to make a difference, isn't it? There we go. Right. Oh, I should do the back as well, I suppose. There we go. And what we also want to do is a little bit of me ribbon, my sequiny ribbon. So a little piece of that. Just pop that in. Like so. And literally all I'm going to do is just tie that off. There we go. Now then, I don't want it quite as big as that. So I'm going to trim that little bit off there, and I'm going to trim that little bit off there. I'm going to pop these tiny little bits in a pot. If you didn't see one of my videos, I keep my little bits because they're actually quite useful for tucking behind things, just to add a little bit of something else. Okay, so I do feel it could use something down here. Now then, what are we going to put down there? Maybe... Do you know what? I'm going to crucify myself now because I'm rubbish at bows. I'm just going to see if I can do a decent enough bow without it being too bulky. I've just got a little bit of velvet bow here. Is that too bulky, do I think? See, this is the issue. Although I do like this ribbon, when you tie it as a bow, you get quite a bit of a knot there, which is not great. I suppose the other way to do it would be perhaps... if I did it like that and just wrapped a bit round, mayhaps. Oh, no, I can't be doing with it. I'm useless at bows. What else can I put on here? I don't want to put these because I don't want to get I'm aware that I'm using those quite a lot. And whilst I love them, they are beautiful. I think you can overdo things a little bit, can't you? Well, I certainly can anyway, when I get fixated on things. Right, let's see if we can do a tiny little bow with this. What do you reckon, guys? I need to go on a bow tying course because I'm really rubbish. Oh my goodness, come on. Just a tiny little bow, that's all I want. Just a tiny. Why aren't you doing up? Okay, getting there. Nearly there. I'm going to waste a lot of ribbon, but hey ho, mustn't grumble. It is what it is. Just. I'm going to do this and I'm not even going to like it, am I? No, I don't, because of that there. No, 2 ribbons don't make a right. Okay, next thought then. What are we going to put there? What about my little didgeridoos that I did? I've got some didgeridoos, haven't I? Where's my other one? I've lost one. Oh, for goodness sake. What have I done with my other little bit? I don't know. Crazy. I could just put that on there, couldn't I? That looks quite cute. Not sure I like the move around it though, to be fair. I had 2 of those, and I've done my age-old trick of losing it. Have I already put it in somewhere? I didn't think I did. Cooey. No. How bizarre. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I want one of those. Have I got a little one of those? Yes. How about popping that on there? That looks quite cute, doesn't it? I know. Yeah, I'm going to do that because I quite like the look of that. So that's what I'm going to do. Sorry, I don't plan these videos, you know, they just happen. It's just, yeah, what I get up to on film is me actually crafting in real time. This is me thinking as I go along. Now then, I don't like that move around there, so I'm just going to change that because I have got a pink and I think this would look better in pink. So I'm sorry if my head gets in the way here. I'm just going to pop some pink around there instead. Hopefully. So I'm going to pop this round here. There we go. Okay, how does that look? That looks a bit better, I think. Okay, I'm happier with that colour on there. And now I'm going to glue this piece on here. Do I want it out a little bit further? Yeah, I think probably about there. So I want to glue up to about there. I'll put the glue up to there. I'll pop that on there. And then this little guy that I made, and stick that on there. Maybe a little bit further down. There we go. Okay, there we go. Cute, huh? I like that. And then I'm going to move that. And here, look, I just made a little invisible pocket in there. How lovely is that? That's going to sit in there now. So we've now got a little tag in there. We've got our little envelope that I made in there. That page is complete. Perfect, huh? That's really nice. Love that. Okay. Now then, on here, I thought I would use this up and do a belly band because we've got little bluebirds here and we've got a little blue bird here. So I thought I would make use of this one as a belly band. So a cut off belly band coming up. So I want that. How big is my other one? Let me just have a look, see, because I have got the other one that I did as well. Here. So it's just 2 inches wide. Okay. So if I want that bird in, okay, that works about there. So I'm going to cut that just so you can see that that is a book. So I'm going to cut that there, which will leave me that to do something with, which is very pretty. So pop that in my box of tricks. And then 2 inches, I can't measure it that way around. 2 inches up to there. Lovely. And that'll just give me him. How gorgeous is he? Lovely. Okie dokie. Now then. Alrighty, so now what I want to do with this one is to pop my lace on. I'm just trying to work out which one I used. That one. Okay, so let's just ink my edges. I'm gonna have to patch this video together, I think, because it just keeps turning itself off. I'm not sure if it's my phone or if it's my microphone doing it, but it never did it before I started using the microphone, so one can only assume that it's the microphone causing the issue, which is a little bit annoying. Let me... Right then, let's try and get this done. I shall do the belly band, and then I think I might just call it a day due to technical issues. Right then, what way round does that go? That's that way round. Yep. So I want to put it on that way. Ooh, stuck to my finger, not to the paper. Okay, come on. There we go. Just... Lovely. Okay, just trim that off and do the other side. Like so. And again, which is the right way around? That way, okay. Pop that on there. There we go. And nip it off. Ooh. And just pull it out a little bit into place. Okie dokie, I think that's good enough. Just need to just nip that little bit there, just a little bit too long. Right. Now then, that side looks like it's out further. That's better. There we go. Okay, so that's that little bit. And again, a little bit of decoration, not too much. Again, just to give it a little bit of depth. Just wondering what to do with it. Now there is a key here, and I have got some keys cut out. So I might pop a key on, I think. So, do we want a large key or a little key? I quite like the big one. Although the big one does hide the fact that there is a book there, doesn't it? I think I will go with that one with... Let's have a look. Some flowers behind it, maybe? Or is that too much? Or I've got these as well. No, I like the key. The key and the flower I quite like. And I wonder if I can just tuck her. Or I think that might be a bit too big. Yeah, that one's too big. I think I'm going to trim these down. Just going to take off a bit of the foliage on this, just to reduce the size a little bit. Okay, I think I'm happier with that. That there, and then just tuck her in, just peeking out. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Sorry if you can hear me jumping around. I'm checking that I'm still recording. It's cut itself off 3 times now, and I don't really understand what's occurring, to be perfectly honest. But hey ho, we'll get there eventually. Oops. Gone a little bit mad with the ink there. Sorry. That'll do though. It'll do. And then when I have completed this little belly band, I think we will call it for today. Just a little tiny little touch of, just take some of that off of there. Just want to knock back some of that white on there. There we go. Okay, let me move my bits out of the way that I'm not using. Pop them there. Now, I want to pop that in there. And that there-ish. Okay. So let's see if I can do this without making a complete hash of it. Just thought maybe it keeps shutting itself off because I go too quiet. Maybe it thinks I'm not there anymore. I just wish it had stopped doing it, that's all. There we go. Okay. Oops, a daisy. And I want to tuck her in there. Okay, just lift those up slightly. Tuck her in there. Love that. That's looking fantabulous. And then pop a little bit more glue on there. Lovely jubbly, so that's nice. Okay, a little bit of a mishmash going on there, isn't there? But that's okay. I'm good with that. And then just going to pop that there. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Okay, let's pop that on there. Like that. I think I'm okay with that. What do you think? Oh, no, I still want my glue, don't I? Because I want to put this in here. I'm just debating, do I want to go there with it? I think I'm going to go there because then the bluebirds are together. That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay. So we're going to pop a nice little bit of glue across the top there. Nice little bit of glue across the bottom there. And that will fit very nicely in there, I think. There we go. And then that will just cover that nicely. Good. Another little bit done. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. I'm going to give up because I need to check out and see what's going on with my technology. And then I can come back and show you a few other bits and pieces. So we've done this one. So that's beautiful with a little journal card that just tucks in and out of there. That's a bit looser than it was, which is nice. Okay, so that's that one. I've used one of the little paper clips that I made on Monday. And we have also got this one here, which I've just added that as an extra little embellishment on that pocket there, which is just stunning, isn't it? Love that. And then we've also got a little belly band with a little bit going on down here. And I'm just wondering if I want something else down here, but no, I don't. Not just now. Okay, so that's it for today. All being well, I look forward to seeing you all again for Quickfire Friday, won't it be? Okay, thanks very much for your time today, guys. Take care, everybody. Bye.